Hey guys, Tony back again, Horror and Todge. Hope you're all well. Coming back today with a new video. So I've seen this tag video going around on YouTube. I've seen a lot of people doing it, a lot of the community, film community and stuff, and I've really liked all the videos I've seen. So I thought I'll give this one a go. So it is 10 popular movies I've never seen. So I was giving this one a bit of thought, and I thought I've seen every film in the world, surely. But after about 10 or 15 minutes thinking and putting in, classic cinema and films into Google and having a look through, I come up with loads that I've never seen and some absolute classics as well. I feel embarrassed really that I haven't seen some of these. So, yeah, I'm going to get straight into it. I'm going to go from obviously 10 to 1, and I'm going to go from what I think's least to, you know, least I haven't seen, on the border scale of, oh, some people might not have seen it, to everyone's seen it at number one, because my number one, stick with me for this, because, yeah, I feel a little bit embarrassed about it, but we will get there, guys. So let's start off with number 10. Now, obviously I'm Horror and Todge, I'm a big horror fan. This isn't exactly horror, but a mystery thriller from 1958. An Alfred Hitchcock classic, I suppose. I've never seen Vertigo. So I've seen lots of Hitchcock. He's one of the masters in thriller and suspense and that sort of thing. And I've seen The Birds and Rear Window and stuff like that, Psycho and whatever, but never seen Vertigo. So I think it's a film from 1958, starring James Stewart. I think that one does. And I think I own it back here, but I've never actually got around to seeing it. So I must put that right. So that's at number 10, guys. No, number 9 is a comedy film. I thought I'd mix it up. I won't go in all horror or. So a comedy film from 2006 that I've never seen, The Hangover. I still haven't watched it. I don't know why. I know it stars Bradley Cooper and, all the other guys. I know the premise roughly, because obviously the clips and something you see, and, when you walk in, it's actually on in the room. But I've never actually sat down and watched The Hangover. So that's my number 9. That's a bit bad, but, coming in at number 8, I've never seen, and I'm a big fan of this director and a big fan of the actor in it. So it's Christopher Nolan film starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy, to be fair, from 2010. Inception. Still haven't watched it. I don't know why I haven't watched it, because it appeals to me. I just haven't got around to watching it. As you do, even though, we're all film buffs and stuff, I just haven't got around to watching Inception. I know some people love it and some people hate it. I've heard loads of people. I know it's about, time traveling or mind bending or something like that. But Leonardo DiCaprio is probably up there in my top 3 actors of all time. I really like his work. And Christopher Nolan's a great director. I just haven't seen Inception, so I must get on to that, guys. Coming in at number 7, I do own this film, and I have owned it a couple of times, and I still haven't sat down and actually watched it yet. 2019 film, won the best Oscar, Academy Awards, best film, Bong Joon-ho, Parasite. Still haven't sat down and watched it yet. I know the rough premise, because I've heard loads of people talking about it, and it appeals to me. I love Korean cinema. I love his work. I love Memories of Murder, The Host, all that stuff. But I just haven't sat down and watched Parasite yet. I know, kill me now. It's a tragedy. But yeah, that's number 7. Coming in at number 6 is a film from the 1979, I think it is, from Francis Ford Coppola, is it? Apocalypse Now. Never seen it. Marlon Brando. I've got it back here in 4K in all its glory, and I just haven't got. I know it's a war film. I just haven't got around to watching it yet, and I do like a good war film, but I just haven't watched Apocalypse Now for some reason. But yeah, that's number 6. So as you can see, I'm going through quite some great, films in cinema history here, and I thought I'd seen them all, and obviously I haven't. But let's go. So number 5, guys. This is quite a shock. So it's not really, well, it is a film and it's a TV series. I love Star Wars, and I do like sci-fi and space movies and stuff like that. And could hand on heart say I have never watched an episode fully or a film Star Trek. So either the 60s original free series, or the other ones. I know it's got Dr. Spock, and they're travelling around and stuff, and I don't know if they're finding new colonies. Never watched any of the films, the Star Trek films, even the A.J. Abrams new films. Haven't watched those, and they appeal to me. I just haven't. For some reason, I've never watched them. I don't know why I've never watched an episode of Star Trek or a film. I've just never watched it. So that's at number 5. That's pretty shocking too. Number 4, Ridley Scott film from 1982. Really love Ridley Scott, love aliens and stuff like that. But I've never watched Harrison Ford's in this film as well. I've never watched Blade Runner from 1982. Now, I know it's set in space or something, and I don't know if it's a bit Star Wars esque. They're smugglers or something. I've heard. So I've walked into rooms where they've been on, but I've never actually sat down and watched any of these movies all the way through. That's why they're in here. So Blade Runner at number 4, Ridley Scott, classic. People love this film, and I've never watched it. So Right, number 3. Now we're getting into the big ones, guys. Really big. I know that most of these films are massive, but this is a big one. From 1976. My favourite director, probably, Martin Scorsese. I love The Departed. I love Gangs of New York. I love all his work. It's just brilliant. And every film I've watched of his, I've really enjoyed. I haven't watched them all, obviously. And I've never watched this one. Robert De Niro, again, great actor. This is my number 3. Taxi Driver. Never watched it. I know it's about a war veteran or something becomes a taxi driver and helps out. I think it's a prostitute or a lady, I don't know. But never watched Taxi Driver, and I don't know why. It appeals to me so much. I think I've got it back here, and never watched it. Number 3, Taxi Driver. I don't know if I've got it back here though. But number 2, I really love my gangster movies, and I really love Quentin Tarantino, but I've never watched Pulp Fiction all the way through. I've walked into rooms, like I say, when it's been on, but yeah, I can't believe it. An absolute classic from 1994. I know it stars, John Travolta, Uma Thurman, Samuel L. Jackson, Quentin Tarantino, all that. And a rough premise, I've seen all the clips and know all the one-liners from the film, but just never watched it all the way from. Never sat down and watched Pulp Fiction. I maybe must do that tonight. I don't know. Right, guys. Trying to make this video as quick as possible, and it is pretty quick. So, coming in at number 1, you'll never believe this, but I don't know how. It's my era, but I've seen it's been on when I've been in rooms and people have been watching it or something, or I've flicked the channel over to Sky and seen this on, but I've never actually sat down and watched Back to the Future from 1985. I know, kill me now. I feel embarrassed about that. But I've never watched Back to the Future, ever. I know it's about, time travel with the car and Marty McFly, Michael J. Fox and the Doctor, Christopher Lloyd. All that. I know it's a comedy, tongue-in-cheek stuff. But I've never actually sat down and watched it. That is my number 1, guys. So, yeah, I don't know. I just feel in shock when you actually think about this, what films you haven't seen and what great cinema there is out there. And there's probably 100 more that I could reel off probably if I went through, the right sources to check the films out. But yeah, so that's my top 10, guys. Tell me how much of an idiot I am. What films to watch first and stuff, what you think of the video, what films you haven't seen. If you haven't seen any of these films, what you think of the top 10. If anyone wants to do this challenge, guys, I'm not going to tag anyone. Just do it, if you want to say, I've told you to do it, whatever. But yeah, if anyone wants to do this, guys, tag's open to everyone. But I thought it was a good one to get my mind going. Really enjoyed it, guys. So yeah, I've been Tony. I'll catch you all over the weekend for another video. Thanks a lot for watching.